Hello and welcome. Everything okay? I'd say it's pretty good here, except that it's winter and it's cold. A few days ago it snowed. Since you are here, I wanted to show you this typewriter, the Olivetti Diaspron 82. While I introduce this typewriter, I'll put some wood in the fireplace. It's a mechanical office typewriter from the 1960s. It's the successor of the very successful Lexicon 80, and this typewriter was also very successful. It was designed in 1959 by the architect and designer Marcello Nizzoli, who, together with the engineer Giuseppe Beccio, had already designed the Lexicon 80 in the late 1940s. It went well, so why not use again the same team? But first of all, why it is called Diaspron? Diaspro is a winx, a young, aristocratic, capricious and spoiled fairy. But it is unlikely that Olivetti in the 60s thought of this fairy, and as intriguing as the idea may be, we must set it aside. The reference is instead to the jasper, Diaspro in Italian, a stone characterized by great hardness. This choice evokes some of the main characteristics of the machine, its robustness and reliability, since jasper is known for its hardness. The beauty and the design. Jasper is a crystal of the quartz family, and the design of the body is in fact a combination of flat surfaces that recalls the polyhedral structures of crystals. The final N was added to assonance with the Greek name of the lexicon, the progenitor of the Diaspron. And the number 82, I think it's only because it's a number bigger than 80. I also have some manuals on the Diaspron 82. While I show them to you, I'll put on some music. This is a kind of MP3 from the 1930s. It works without electricity, but it is a great thing because here in the mountains, in addition to having problems with the temperature, I also have problems with electricity. The cover is well finished with an artistic image. The manual explains the function of the buttons, how to use the machine, the tabulator, the keyboard, changing the ribbon, cleaning operation. In fact, there are two editions of the same manual in two different formats. In Olivetti brochures or manuals, it is easy to know the date. Usually it is always written somewhere. This manual is from 1963, this other from 1964. If you want to download it, I will leave the link in the comments. These are three different types of Diaspron 82. This is a 1963 model, 168 space carriage with decimal tabulator. This is a 1974 model, 125 spaces with bar tabulator. And this is a 1967 model, bar tabulator with a particular automatic sheet insertion system. It was property of Enel, the Italian government department of energy, in the last century. This is my Diaspro from 1963 with the decimal tabulator. It has excellent mechanics and an attractive design. Compared to the previous Lexicon 80, Olivetti abandoned the rounded lines of the Lexicon and moved to the slightly squared lines of the Diaspron, but it shares most of the mechanics. The keyboard has large and well-spaced keys, the usual functions. The one-step return is here at the top left. To set a new tabulator stop, press this key. To remove all the tabulator stops, press this key and move the carriage along its entire length. Let's set the tabulator stop here. To use it, there are these keys above. It's a numeric tabulator. For example, if you have to write 1000, use this key. If you have to write 100,000, use this. Do you see that the numbers are in columns? It's a function that was used when accounting had to be kept in the offices of the last century. These mysterious holes that are often found in the paper guide of the old typewriters actually have a function. They are used to draw horizontal lines like this or vertical lines like this. This is a color selector. This is actually a multifunction button. It is used to bypass the margin, both for the right and left side. But it is also used to set the paragraph when you go to a new line. Of course, when you use the interline lever, you move the carriage to the left margin. Do you see that if I press this button, the machine stops about 10 spaces from the margin? You can use it if you write books, business letters, things like that. The same button can be used if, while you are writing, you overlap the writing bars. Do you see that pressing this button brings them back? If you keep pressed the space bar, you can set the alt space. It is useful if you skip a letter and need to tighten a bit. You can set the margins with the margin sliders here under this bar. Or you can set them quickly by positioning the carriage while pressing this lever, both left and right. Do you see them hooking when you move the carriage of this typewriter? This small steel bridge has a specific function. It allows you to write easily even on sheets or cards of minimal size, keeping them adherent to the roller and stable. It also serves as a viewfinder to see where the writing bar is. Lifting the cover, you can access these levers that allow you to set two functions. The adjustment of the pressure on the keys, lighter or heavier, and the speed of return of the writing bar to allow faster writing without overlapping the bars. The Diaspron also had good success, and in fact I think it is deserved. It is truly a good machine. Have a nice day.